On a Sunday, Thursday afternoon, I wandered into my local bookstore, searching for the next series to spark my curiosity. Plenty of titles seemed promising, but nothing really stood out to me until I glanced towards the back corner. A series with slim covers, chibi-like characters, and an art style that I just couldn't ignore caught my eye. That series was called Made in Abyss. Without knowing anything about it, I impulsively bought volumes 1 through 8 and headed back home, excited about my new purchase. Little did I know what I was getting myself into. I fell in love with the series, and today I'm going to do my first manga review. This review contains spoilers for the first 2 episodes, but the rest will be my subjective take on the art, soundtrack, and overall atmosphere of Made in Abyss. With that being said, let's dive right into the Abyss. Imagine a city whose entire economy depends on artifacts unearthed from a mysterious pit. But instead of a mine, imagine an endless chasm, so deep that those who descend too far can never return. This is the city of Orth, built around the enigmatic void known as the Abyss. The Abyss is an ecosystem of terrifying creatures, some so unnatural that they defy the laws of nature, yet within its depths lie treasures beyond imagination. Artifacts with mysterious power and mysteries that other cities would pay fortunes for. Those who risk their lives diving into the Abyss are known as cave raiders. For them, it's not just a job, it's an obsession. The Abyss holds secrets that humanity is desperate to uncover, but returning to the surface is not so simple. The deeper you go, the greater the curse of the Abyss, a set of devastating physical and psychological effects that makes returning a brutal challenge. These effects range from dizziness and nausea to hallucination, insanity, and even death itself. Each raider has a rank, which determines how far into the Abyss they are able to go. A raider's rank is determined by the color of the whistle of which they hold around their neck. Red whistle, beginners, they're only allowed to explore the shallow depths of the Abyss. Blue whistles, adept raiders who can venture into the second layer. Moon whistles, experienced teachers and explorers. Black whistles, experts trusted with deep expeditions. And white whistles, legendary figures with no depth limit. Most embarks on a final dive, knowing that they will never return. At the heart of this story is Riko, a young, ambitious red whistle raised in an orphanage that trains future cave raiders. She dreams of following in the footsteps of her mother, Lysa the Annihilator, a legendary white whistle whose discoveries changed history. One day, during a routine expedition, Riko and her friend Nat stumble upon something incredible, a robotic boy with no memories of his past. This discovery sets off a chain of events that will push Riko beyond the limits of what she ever thought was possible. The opening moments of Made in Abyss are deceptively peaceful. Riko and Nat exploring the first layer, joking and scavenging for relics. The setting is colorful, the soundtrack whimsical. It lulls you into a false sense of security. Then, the Crimson Split Jaw attacks. The sheer terror of this moment sets the tone for the entire series. The Abyss is not a fairy tale, it is unforgiving. As Riko desperately distracts the monster to save Nad, she nearly meets her end, until a mysterious blast from an unknown source wounds the creature. The source? The robotic boy previously mentioned, later named Reg, who collapses shortly after. The scene hooked me instantly. The contrast between the cheerful beginning and the sudden, raw danger, and the music that's used in the anime. The track Underground River by Kevin Penkin perfectly encapsulates the haunting beauty of the Abyss. Made in Abyss isn't just visually stunning, both in the manga and the anime, it is emotionally gripping. Despite only spending 2 episodes with them, Riko's relationship feels incredibly real. Her dynamic with Nat, Shigi, and Q is genuine, making their eventual farewell heart-wrenching. The departure scene is particularly impactful. The curse of the Abyss means that once Riko descends into a certain point, she can never return. The moment she says goodbye, it is not just goodbye for now, it is a goodbye forever. The emotional weight of this farewell, and every farewell that ever comes across in Made in Abyss, is felt throughout the entire series. Every meeting in Made in Abyss carries an unspoken truth. One day, it will be the last, and Riko and Reg will not return. Akihito Tsukushi's artwork is soft. The chibi-like characters design contrast against the terrifying creatures and ominous landscapes, creating a unique visual identity. The detailed background are breathtaking, making the abyss feel alive and ancient. However, the chaotic paneling during the action scenes can sometimes be difficult to follow. The actual art style itself is very unique, and it's not something you will ever encounter in another manga ever. It is very cartoonish, the shadowing is masterfully done, and it creates like a very mural kind of feeling every single time you look at it. It is incredible. The music in Made in the Abyss, composed by Kevin Penkin, is nothing short of masterful. Tracks like Hanaseva Katarina blend sorrow with hope, while To the Abyss evokes a sense of wonder and dread. Even the show's opening theme sets the tone perfectly. Few anime soundtracks leave a lasting impression on me, but this one actually did. I've never thought about buying an anime OST ever in my entire life before I watched this. However, I do own a physical copy of both Season 1 and Season 2 on vinyl. It is just that good. Made in the Abyss is not just an adventure story, it's a journey into the unknown. It combines mystery, horror, beauty, and tragedy in a way that few series actually managed to pull off. It's not for the faint of heart. Please, if you're not really into horror or into like gore type of things, this is not for you. The deeper you go, the darker it gets. But for those who take the plunge, it is an unforgettable experience. There are things Made in the Abyss that does not attract everyone. In the beginning of the show, there's like this like naked torture thing that goes on. And there's a bunch of like nudity in it, which have like created this big controversy. With that being said, if you can look past that and ignore it, because it actually does get like somewhat removed after a few episodes, it is one of the best series that I think you can watch. It's not a manga nor an anime for newer anime or manga enjoyers. With that being said, if you're brave enough, I think you should take the plunge. So with that, we've reached the end of my first review, or as Rico might say, we only just begun our descent. Thank you very much for watching.